Hey guys, Esther here.
Hi, this is Tom.
All right, this is a rated G video, so we're not going to tell you what Tom is doing as he's turning on this video.
My hands are up here and I'm the cameraman, so I'm good.
Right. Anyway, so hey guys, we are in a very beautiful place.
Yes.
It's called Punta Gorda?
No, Punta Gorda.
Punta Gorda.
Yeah, and then there's Port Charlotte right across the way there. There's a bridge behind us, and that would be Port Charlotte.
Very beautiful. Take a look for a second.
Yeah, I think they can see right here that this is the park and this is the water behind us. And I'll come around one more time. I hope I don't make people dizzy because I'm spinning the camera.
Well, that's okay. They know where to come if they're dizzy.
Yeah, where do they go?
Florida Balance Centers.
Right, and what's the .com?
Balancecenters.com. All right, so
it's through another plug there.
Sorry, we didn't mean to do a plug, but it is what it is. All right. Anyway, today on Recognize Your Level of Crazy and Manage It, when dealing with self-reactivity. So let's get into it. So this week, I had a situation where I was in some sort of discussion, and the discussion did not go well for me, in the sense that it was really triggering. It plugged me in on all kinds of levels. It's been a situation that's been going on for quite a long time, and it was supposed to be a dialogue. It was supposed to be a meeting where we can find common ground and start to move forward and really try to make some headway. But it didn't go that way for me. And so what happened was that I felt ambushed. I felt attacked on many different levels. And quite honestly, I lost my cookies. I got really angry. I got very upset. And I got up and I left the meeting, and I was super reactive. My language was reactive, my behavior was reactive, and I was just pissed. And so what's the EQ tool here and what's the lesson here? The lesson for me was, look, I know that I wasn't wrong in the situation because I was just there. I was there to create peace and harmony. But where I went wrong was that I got super, super reactive. I was so plugged in that I couldn't control my emotions. And so even though my intention was good going in, I on some level failed myself, because I allowed myself to get triggered and pulled into that drama, and I got very upset. And I should have, my lesson moving forward, I'm going to keep practicing, because it's all about practicing those muscles, guys. It doesn't just come. You have to practice, and this one gives me lots of practice.
You should have been better at that by now then.
Love him. But let me just finish my thought. It takes a lot of practice with those muscles. And so next time, my goal is to stay in a point. Maybe I will still be triggered, but I will be able to make an argument that is sane and rational, and I'll be able to explain my point without that level of reactivity. Still be reactive maybe, because I was still left, but I could have just done it differently. And so that's my lesson.
My question would be, but how do you when you're reacting like that, how do you catch yourself? How do you stop that train wreck, so to speak, you know? Because once that happens to all of us, we get triggered. So are there any tools that you might, what would you
so
share
the tool is, guys, like I said, it's a practice. It's practice. You practice with the small stuff. Like when you get triggered, like let's say you're at the store and someone triggers you by their behavior, and you practice not getting reactive, right? So you can do different tools. You can maybe, like what I did the other day at the office, I started singing a song to myself. When somebody got, was bugging me on the phone, somebody was calling and they were behaving kind of badly on the phone. And I was like, I got off the phone and I was kind of like irritated. And I said, rainbows and butterflies, da da la 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 la, and I just kept dancing around the office, and people thought I lost my my marbles.
We thought there was something very wrong with Esther for a moment.
But you know what? It actually worked. It actually I started to feel better, and I actually, like, I could feel the energy dissipating, and I was just like seeing the rainbows everywhere, and I was seeing butterflies.
And you came up with another name for yourself. What was that name?
Estorina. Estorina, at your service. And so it was great. It was great. So it was humor, and it was also practicing how to practice those muscles, training those muscles, so that we don't go straight into fight or flight, so that we can really try to turn that stuff around, because it is a practice, guys. It's not just going to show up. I promise you, I've been practicing for 20 plus years. It's not going to just show up. We have to practice.
Now, I know you taught me something through a Kabbalah lesson in which they use the term when something triggers you and causes you to react really intensely emotionally, to pause, and then to say to yourself, to pause is to just stop, just to not let yourself continue, just get sucked in immediately into that reaction, and then to say, what a pleasure, which is really counterintuitive, isn't it? Why would you say what a pleasure when you're being triggered into either anger or intense emotion about a subject or any material? So but the point was to reflect, and then what a pleasure, meaning what can you gain, what can I gain from this interaction,
from this lesson, from this life lesson, because everything in life is a lesson. Exactly.
Right. And then the third thing that I remember is that the next question you ask yourself is, what would the light do? And I like that term, what would the light do? It's spiritual, but it's not religious. And you would look at what is in the highest and best good in the situation.
Yeah. And actually, just to do another plug, as in my book that's coming out soon, there's actually the main tool in there is the awareness diet. And it's all about the pause and, the breathing, and then being able to really make a proactive action instead of a reactive action. Unless you want a reactive action, and that's fine too. It's all what you want. So it's all, do whatever you want to do, right?
Well, I guess isn't the point to try to
Well,
evolve?
of course, yes. Thomas. But some people may want to be reactive.
No, are you serious, Ash?
Yes. Anyway, see what I mean about getting lots of practice?
I want Estorina back.
Oh, you'll have her later. Don't worry, honey. All right. Anyway, guys. So with that, have faith. Know you're awesome. As long as you keep working on it, that's all that matters, and that's really all we got.
I agree with that. Just keep working on it. Life's a challenge, and there's many lessons we can learn, and that's the best way to look at it. Just keep learning.
So,
with that, when we know better, we do better, and what we resist persists, and we learn by doing.
And when you know and understand yourself, the world will know and understand you too. And remember, what's the best that can happen? All right, guys.
Bye-bye.